All right, time for a raise your hand poll, and just in the nick of time, too, because Jaybird is feeling very truthful right now after knocking down a couple of adult beverages to celebrate his birthday tomorrow.
Birthday!
Yeah, baby. Okay, so what we're going to do here, myself, Virginia, Jaybird, and producer Denny's, we are going to be raising our hand if what I say applies to us. So you'll find out what percentage of the four of us actually answered yes to this. If you're watching on YouTube right now, you'll see who is answering yes. That's one of the benefits. And then on the after the show, we'll tell you the stories behind it. There is a barricade of prizes and drinks and soda and everything else Denny's is trying to work through over there.
So many presents.
I mean, my goodness.
Birthday just vomited in here, Kevin.
That's a good thing, though. He's got Oreos.
It's better than forgetting, which is what we did for you.
Yeah, he's got cinnamon rolls over there. He's got grape sodas. All kinds of good stuff.
Delicious.
Okay, first one. I want you to raise your hand if you've had a secret workplace romance get exposed. Ever have a secret workplace romance that got exposed? Raise your hand on that. Okay, we have got 2 hands, 3 hands. Okay, got to put that hand up there so I can see it, one of you. Okay. All right, we're at 75%.
Whoa.
I've done that.
What a bunch of hoes.
Hoes before bros.
Okay, raise your hand if you've accidentally sent a scandalous photo to the wrong person. Have you ever done that? Okay, no hands on that. All right.
Thank God.
Text message different, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, not a scandalous photo.
Quite salacious.
Quite.
Oh, you sent a dirty message to the wrong girl?
Person. To the wrong person. It wasn't, yeah, it was bad.
All right, raise your hand if you've crashed a wedding or a party just for the free food and drinks. Okay. Ever crashed a wedding or a party? Okay. All right, we got 75% of KVJ, 3 out of 4, has done that.
Someone's a real saint in the room.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing. I haven't done any of these kind of scandalous things. Okay, raise your hand if you've talked your way into getting a free upgrade or perk. You had to talk your way into it. Have you done that? One of us has. That's 25% of the KVJ show. Okay.
Yeah, I wonder who that annoying person is.
Whatever. I'll be laughing at you from first class, peasant.
Okay, and raise your hand if you've ever injured yourself during lovemaking. Okay, injured yourself during lovemaking. There's one person that raised their hand and they can't believe no one else is.
See the looks.
Not everybody's doing gymnastics. Pick me.
Oh, we know Vanilla Vanna.
Okay. Well, in the after the show, we can get as graphic as we want as we get the story as to what they were doing and how they got injured during lovemaking. We did a raise your hand poll too. 3 out of 4 people on the KVJ show had a secret workplace romance that got exposed. Mine was with a sales girl when I worked in California that got out in the office. So I think she actually leaked it. So
Yeah.
yeah, that was uncomfortable. I think Bird has a similar story.
I do. Salesperson.
She leaked it.
It used to be in the old days, man. Some of them sales girls, when you were single, they were irresistible. Virginia.
They, they sold you a bill of goods.
You bought everything she was selling.
Every piece of it. Yeah, and then
Had buyer's regret.
we got into a fight right in front of our head boss's office.
Oh.
Wow.
It was because she was lying. I don't want to get into the details, but she was lying about being single.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Were you the side piece?
I was the other woman.
You were.
Yes, I was.
You were the young hot
and
thing.
and I did not know
You
that.
broke up a happy home.
I didn't know that.
Wow.
I think that was during my mask stunt. So it was really unhinged.
That's weird.
You're in a wrestler mask.
She's hooking up with you like that?
I don't want to tell you, Virginia.
You know, there was a scenario that went with it.
I don't want to smell that mask.
Yeah. She was on the mat.
All right, let's figure out.
Oh, she was on The Mask.
I've had too many Sunny D vodkas.
I know. It's always time to talk.
Truth serum.
Oh, yeah. He had her up against the ropes.
these are disgusting.
Yeah, they look terrible. I think you raised your hand too, right, Virginia?
I did. So I hooked up with a fellow DJ at a radio station.
Is he hot?
He was all right.
Okay.
But he wasn't cool about it. He went around and told people, and he made fun of me. So back before
He made fun of you.
back before I knew about laser hair removal, I had this little patch of hair. I don't know why. It was like growing, like kind of like right here, like by my neck, below my chin. And I would like shave it every so often, but then sometimes I would forget about it. And I just thought it was like peach fuzz, and maybe nobody noticed it. But I guess he noticed it. And so he was telling everybody that when we hooked up, it was like hooking up with a billy goat.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. Even the goats are laughing.
Don't you know? I brought my ass to the laser hair removal place, and even though I couldn't afford it at the time, I lasered that bitch off.
Damn, when I hear a story like that,
Whoa.
it kind of makes some of it starts to make sense.
Yeah,
with
why
her.
she
Billy goat.
why she picks on everybody else's flaws.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
gets everything lasered and just zipped right off. She got called a Billy Goat
Yeah.
in the office.
By a lover.
Oh yeah. Hurting people, hurt people, bird.
And he wasn't even that cute.
Oh man, and you know he was digging hard.
He was having so much fun making fun of my beard.
Okay, we had 3 out of 4 people that raised their hand for crashing a wedding or a party just for free food and drinks. Mine was a sophisticated tailgate party at West Virginia University for the hospital. We lied our way in and drank all their beer and then got thrown out. Virginia?
I've done it a couple of different times. Just you're randomly at a hotel and there's a wedding, especially in New Orleans. It is so easy to do because everybody's getting trashed, and you can just mix and mingle. The bigger the wedding, the better.
Okay. And Bert, I think you're the other person to raise your hand.
Yeah, it was a Benjamin party but everyone was older. You're like in your 22, 23, but it was known as a Benjamin High School. They were
rich
throwing-
kid party.
Rich kid party. And my crew showed up to get free drinks, and it definitely turned not into a good thing.
Did you get kicked out?
There was almost a big fight, but luckily, cooler heads prevailed. Prevailed?
Yeah, that feels good. Prevail. You
Is
like
this
that one?
real?
Is this real? These fucking things aren't helping at all. They are. Sunny D vodka seltzer.
Which is you can't stop.
I won't stop.
Yeah, you're hooked.
They are terrible.
Yeah. Virginia, you talked your way into getting a free upgrade or perk. I know you've talked about how you do that kind of stuff at hotels and whatnot. Is it something to do with that or different?
I mean, hotels, it's so easy to do. You bring a gift for the front desk agent checking you in, maybe a little chocolates, maybe a little pastry.
Now, do you have to say it in that annoying, obnoxious tone?
No. What you say is, hey, I just brought this for you, It's a little gift from me and my family. Hey, if you have any upgrades available, we would love that, and we're willing to pay extra if we have to.
Okay.
And then most times they don't charge you extra and they still give you the upgrade.
She is great at doing that. I've seen her do it. I just... you got to really throw yourself out there, though.
You do.
You put yourself out there.
And you
a
know
lot.
what? Sometimes it doesn't work out. And sometimes they look at you and they go, "Ugh, no. And they look like, ugh, so disgusted by your presence. And you're like, sorry. I've seen that look before.
Would that make
Ain't
you-
gonna faze me.
Would that make you uncomfortable, Kev, to ask for an upgrade or try to?
Yeah, I can't do it. My wife does it. She has no problem doing it. And I've gotten a little bit better, but I'm still very uncomfortable with it. And she'll a lot of times do it, and I have to just walk away.
Yeah,
I just have to.
Well, if you
can't
bring
do
a
this.
gift, it's an icebreaker. And if you bring a great gift,
Yeah.
like, I've done it before where I've brought like a whole like dozen of specialty donuts or like a king cake when checking into a hotel in New Orleans during
wow,
Mardi
okay,
Gras.
yeah.
Like, if you make it a special gift, it's almost guaranteed you're getting that upgrade and you're not going to pay extra. But you always volunteer to pay extra
Okay.
because you don't want to come off like a
Yeah.
Scrooge McDuck.
Yeah, it is the art of that. I wouldn't feel bad about that if it was just like, oh, I'm just this job. Oh, that's great that you're going to give that to me. I would never ask for it, but if I did something cool for them and they decided to, I'd be okay with that.
If you're a frequent flyer and you get points with the airline that has first class, you sign up for it. You want the perk and you say, hey, I want the perk. I want to be upgraded to first class. And then they do it based on miles and, seniority and all that. So
The pillows are a little bit softer, a little cooler. The ice is a little bit chiller.
in first class,
No,
yeah.
at the hotel for the upgrade. What comes with an upgrade? The blankets are just a little bit warmer.
Bigger room. Bigger, nicer room with sometimes a little living room or like a balcony. I know you would hate that, but I love a balcony.
Can I have a downgrade? I do not want a balcony. I'm
He
scared
wants to
of
be
heights.
on the first floor with no windows.
Can I stay in the lobby?
He'll stay in the janitor's closet.
I can make it work.
Corinne asked, she said, but then do you look like an a-hole when they say, sure, that's going to be so-and-so amount of dollars and you don't really have it or don't want to spend it?
So at that point, then you're just in a negotiation. And that's happened to me before, too, where
Oh.
they don't want to give it to you for free. And they show you the options of upgrading and the different price points. And now you're just in a negotiation. So now you just have to say, okay, I like the idea of that room. You want me to pay $80 more? How about 30? And then see what they say.
Gosh,
Gotcha.
that's so not what I would ever be down to do.
Yeah, that's tough.
I would fucking hate that.
Or you can just say, you know what, $80 is too much. I thought it was going to be less than that. It's no big deal. We'll just stick with the basic room. You can save face by saying that.
Some people, it is a way of life. And I was with somebody when we went to Israel. And in Jerusalem, all the markets are like that. Everything is negotiable. And so everyone is bartering the entire time saying, no, I'll pay that or pay this. And this guy I was watching him and he was getting everything for about 20% of what it was marked as. And
Wow.
he was amazing at it, but I just was in awe of his skill. But the whole time I was so uncomfortable.
Yes, I have about 3 or 4 people in my personal life who are so good at it. It's an art form, and I
Yeah.
have to walk away at times because
I know.
it gets
I get so
so
uncomfortable.
uncomfortable.
I don't want to be there when somebody else is doing it. And most times when I'm doing it, my family hangs back. I tell them to hang back because I don't want it to be like weirder than it already is.
Okay.
You're already putting yourself out there and asking for special stuff. And it's already kind of like a little awkward.
I'm the worst negotiator. I go, can I pay you extra to get out of this moment right now?
And I'll still take the janitor's closet.
Yeah, can I get the fuck out of here?
First floor.
And Jaybird, you're the only person who injured yourself during lovemaking.
Which is just shocking.
Injured yourself. What are you doing?
What level of injury?
Well, there was I really had a big old cut on the back of my leg / ass from pool sex before, and
Oh,
it
yeah? Okay.
really it was bad to the point where
What's his name?
I was
He
sick.
bent Bird over a pool table.
That's your front pool table. Make me a man.
That's some Roadhouse shit right
Hot.
there. No, just it was my
First time anal.
What'd you get slashed on?
the stairs, the back and forth of the stair.
The
really.
concrete.
It cut my leg the back of my leg pretty deeply.
Some gave all.
Yeah.
You were really giving it to her.
Oh, please,
You
give me
animal.
more.
He's an animal.
This is how we do. It's the KBJ Show.